Yo guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we'll be talking about what do you call it? Tropical Storm Peter and Tropical Storm Rose. Okay. Rose, they've actually been weakening rapidly, I think, today. I'm not quite sure, but the last time I checked, Peter was on 50 miles an hour, Rose was on 45 miles an hour. So, because Peter was at 50 miles an hour when I checked about 2 hours ago. So, it has actually rapidly weakened a bit. The remnants of Odette is still going near the Azores. Invest 98 98L is breathing healthy in the open MDR. Should become a major hurricane as it heads towards this favourable environment here, because we don't know if it's gonna go towards Florida or just travel into the Caribbean or go to the Bahamas and do what a Dorian type track. You don't really know what this storm is going to do at this point because it's uncertain on the high pressure system ridge. If the high pressure is weaker and it's over here, then obviously any storms that do form in the MDR, they'll get pushed out that way. If it's a tiny bit stronger, they'll get pushed towards the Leeward Islands and then straight out towards Bermuda and all that. But if it's stronger, like this, I'll show you. If it's strong like that, that means then it will push the systems far south, like really far south in the Caribbean or the Gulf, like Honduras. Do be prepared this year, and Nicaragua, because even though Iota did hit you and Eta did hit you as a Category 4, still doesn't mean that you don't have to prepare. Because you saw what Eta did and Iota did last year when they literally teared you guys apart and caused $1.5 billion of damages in the whole of this region here. Because, you had tropical storm force winds extended down to an actual quite a long depth, actually. Peter, 40 miles an hour now. This only had to be a quick update. I'm sorry about this, guys. Got things to do. And I'm going to play with my friends on my PlayStation, so yeah, but I won't get a chance to do videos overnight time. So anyway, this system is meant to be weakening quite soon, actually. Next update is about 8 p.m. which is 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is about 1 o'clock British Summer Time. So when this hits Bermuda, well, probably will graze Bermuda as an extratropical system over here. So obviously Bermuda will be an extratropical system. Well, not Bermuda. Peter will be an extratropical system near Bermuda, and also this is the most active hurricane season that we've had. So what this storm is gonna exactly do is, gonna affect Puerto Rico and all that jazz. So, stay tuned for that. I'll have another update out tomorrow, round about 9 o'clock. Not 9 o'clock. Round about 7 o'clock UK Standard Time, and 1 o'clock Pacific. No, not 1 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, and in the Pacific, 10 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. So actually, we have got a system out here, but honestly, it's only going to be a short-lived tropical storm. It's not even going to be a major hurricane. It's not even going to be a hurricane. Even if it tries to rapidly intensify, it won't. So, yeah, anyway. Rose is also dead. I'll show you forecast models, and we might have to end the video here, guys, because I'm very busy tonight. Got to do homework. Basically, I've got to do homework for an hour because in year 10 you get a lot of homework. So much homework you get in year 10. So, Invest 98 out doesn't look as good as it did earlier, I'm saying. Tropical Storm Rose doesn't look as good as it did earlier. There's no point me looking at the models. I'll show you the El Nino and La Nina graph, though. Actually, it looks like we are actually going back into a La Nina. So that looks kind of interesting, because before we were only in like a warm bias, a cool bias neutral, which means that they still favour the Atlantic, no doubt about that. Like in June we were in a cool bias neutral, and June, we had like 3 or 4 systems out there. So we had Phil, Claudette, Danny, all in June. 3 named storms in June. And if we didn't have those 3, we would have been lagging behind by 1. And if we did have an active July, like people were forecasting that we would have, we probably would have at least got up to the alphabet. We probably would have at least got up to the auxiliary naming list by now. But it doesn't matter, because there is always towards the end of September to early October that we will get in more activity ramping up. As you can see, the La Nina actually looks kind of good. I'll change my colour for this. I'll change it to red, why not? As you can see, that is the La Nina. And when this is fully red here, that indicates of an El Nino. El Nino means that it decreases the activity in the Atlantic and literally gets wind shear and literally tear the storms apart. And plus, see, look, warm, cold, warm. That is I think that's a positive AMO. A negative AMO is cold, warm, cold. So once it's cold, once the MDR is cold, and that's warm, cold, warm, the subtropics are going to be active. But, the normal tropics aren't. So, I'll show you forecast models for the system. I'm sorry if you can hear echoing, guys. I'm in the kitchen. Making me and my mum a cup of tea. So, yeah. Anyway, tropical Atlantic, about 28 to 27 degrees Celsius, where Invest 98 is right now. It's in some, moderately good SSTs, it's in some good sea surface temperatures. Very conducive, actually. It is starting to warm up, as you can see, here and here. That was the upwelling from, Larry. That point, as you can see, but it is starting to warm back up again, as you can see. Rose is literally right here, right now. It's cooling down because it's moving. It is weakening, so it's moving into cooler sea surface temperatures. Even though Peter is moving into extremely warm waters, 29 degrees Celsius. 29 degrees Celsius. That is completely warm water right there. And if it got stronger, it would have literally become a hurricane in that 29-degree was. No doubt about that. The Gulf of Mexico is recovering nicely. But by the end of this week, you're meant to be having a cold front in America, so do hang about that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you all in the next video. Peace and have a good day.